Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATR's War Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I am Sam the SLB, co-host of ATR's War, ACR Rising Sun. And alongside me today is the man behind X Wrestling's Nostradamus, ATR's governor of NXT, Scott.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
It's been a while.
We are back. We got lots to talk about tonight. Obviously, normally I wear the sunglasses as a joke, but apparently the sun decided that it wants to attack me right now. But we got Double or Nothing results. We'll talk Clash in Italy. We'll talk about the AAA event coming up on Saturday and a whole lot of other shenanigans.
What's the sun doing in the ATR zone?
Yeah. Get out of here. It's been cloudy all day. Goddamn.
Also joining us at the third man, the man in black, the main recipient and the beneficiary of the Clone Ethan 2026 campaign, my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, first time back-to-back Bedlam Media champion, Ethan.
Run it back, Sam. Let's run it back. It's been a while since we recorded. Busy week, wrestling and hockey-wise. Unfortunately, the Canadians are not doing well in the AHL, but they are doing it in the IHL. Yes, Scott, I know. But let's talk about some wrestling.
And then rounding out the cast, join us once again, the Cosmic Keith, the man with all the stats, my co-host from the review realm, John the Statman.
I knew you were going to throw a Keith in there from what I told you earlier. I can share later if you want. Everybody else wants.
Well, guys, this is our monthly live stream. If you're joining us, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We have less than 200 followers until we're at 1,000. Please follow us on there. Once we get ourselves at 1,000, I believe we can stream. So then the rest of you who have 30-second attention spans can follow us as well, live. Most importantly, before we begin, Scott, it's a live show. You know what we have to kick it off with?
Pack openings. Because it's fun. I figured we'll start with an AEW pack since we're going to be talking about Double or Nothing. So let's see. Well, first card we got out of this. Now, these are the Metal Universe versions from 2022. And of course, the first card that we get is current WWE superstar Ray Phoenix. Try to get it out of the sun so you can see it. But apparently, no, the sun's like, screw you guys. You ain't doing pack openings today.
That don't work for me, brother.
Yeah, it doesn't work for the sun, brother. All right, our next one. Wow, this is really terrible. All right, I'm gonna need the sun to shut down for a minute. just for a minute. That's all I need. Jesus, this is the WWE pack apparently, because we have the I guess no longer all ego because they like to butcher their own great music. Ethan Page.
That's terrible.
I hate it so much. Well, this one, I guess we could probably call him like the William Regal of wrestling currently. It's Malachi Black. He, is AEW, then he goes back to WWE and maybe coming back to AEW. I don't know.
The pariah of the wrestling business right now.
There you go. Another one that was formerly in WWE. Good old Claudio. Big fan of Swiss. Let's see. Someone I haven't seen in a long time. Actually, I don't even know if he's with the company anymore. Our friend Mark is in the chat. He'd probably be able to let us know. It's Mark Quinn.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has been. And rounding out this one, Nyla Rose. Some pretty good cards right off the bat.
Speaking of Nyla Rose, got update on her. She is one half of the Marvelous Tag Team Champions in Japan. So,
wow. Oh, my friend Davian actually wrestled for that company when she was over in Japan for a little while. Nice.
To answer your question, Scott, I do not see, what did you say, Mark Quinn?
Mark Quinn.
He is not on the AEW roster page. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Hold on. That's AEW shop. There's a difference?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's a research off.
Oh, what the fuck? It took me to another.
All right. Well,
we do have confirmation from Mark that private party is still a thing. So,
shots. Shots.
That was their best theme song. I was rather upset when they changed it for a little while there.
So let's get right into it.
Mark Quinn. There he is.
Nice. There he is.
As I forgot to plug in my laptop prior to going live, let's get right into it. Talking about Double or Nothing. I had not watched it. I was on vacation. I have not gotten to it. I'm playing catch up at work and whatnot with other things. So I plan on watching it because it sounds like it was a pretty stellar show. I would even argue, and Ethan, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the Go Home show was a pretty solid. The show after it, the Dynamite afterwards, was really good.
Double or Nothing, you need to watch. Their best pay-per-views so far this year. One of the best Double or Nothings ever.
Wow. That's some high praise. All right.
Watch this guy. 7 Ethan picks.
Wow. Shit. All right.
That's a record, ladies and gentlemen.
For those of you who may be new here, Ethan picks are the
official rating of Digital Media.
It's our actual, like, it's a better scale than Meltzer's scale. So, you know, Ethan, anything over an 8 out of 10 is considered an Ethan pick. So 7 on this show. That's pretty good. I'll probably get to the pay-per-view in about, I don't know, 8 to 10 months. But
I'm gonna start buying them on DVD for you. I'm just gonna be like, where are you, Scott? All right, I'm gonna just buy you a copy. Here you go. Ship it out.
Physical media rules. We all know this.
Speaking of AEW, real quick, on today's episode, all of the updates. Scott, how far are you?
Funny enough, I've actually been making some progress. I am now on the Christmas Eve episode. So
yes.
I'm 3 episodes away from actually being in 2026. So I have some time off coming in June. So I will be making some headway. So my goal is to get probably, I would hope, February, March by the time July rolls around. So then I'll be a lot closer than the 6+ months that I'm at right now.
Tune in next week for all the updates.
Yeah.
So just before we get into this, all right, I do want to share this little story. I don't know if I told you guys this. So obviously I went to Nashville for my birthday. It's a great trip, a good time. The day of my birthday, my girlfriend and I were walking around the main strip there at Broadway. And I'm in one of the boot stores. And we're looking around. My girlfriend wants to buy another pair of boots. They were like, buy one, get 2 pairs free or something like that. When you're buying a $200 pair of boot, you know, another 2 free pairs is sure. And they're name brand. So anyways, walking around, we're looking around. All of a sudden I see this big, tall blonde walk by me. And I look up and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way who I think that is. Because she's out of Seattle. She's not in Nashville. Why would she be in Nashville? So long story short, when I was watching Dynamite last night, I looked at my phone and I came across Shayna Wayne's Facebook, you know, Nick Wayne's mom. Lo and behold, her and a friend were in Nashville that whole week.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
And I didn't want to say anything because I was like, she's from Seattle. The chances are bare minimum. But what really stuck out was her friend. I don't know who she is. Probably just a friend. But I like looked at her friend and I go, okay, tall blonde. I didn't realize how tall she was, by the way. But then her other friend, I was just like, that was the lady that was with her. I literally walked by them. So thought that was kind of a cool thing. You know, I mean, we had that moment. What's it called, Scott, when we were in Philly, where we're just like getting food and oh look, it's, you know, Gunther walking by, you know, holding his son, grabbing food.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're just walking around and randomly Santos is holding his child walking, and I'm just like, what?
So, anyone but Ethan get to watch Double or Nothing this weekend? Sorry, Scott gave his answer. I think I gave my answer. John, I'm assuming you did not. All right, Ethan, let's go down the card quickly and give us the Ethan picks.
Afraid not.
Okay. So the buy-in pre-show, whatever the fuck you want, 0 hour pre-show, whatever the bullshit name you want to give it this month. The women's tag title 5-minute eliminator challenge. Fuck, we have so many of those. I'm just gonna be honest. Too many eliminator matches. Divine Dominion, Leon Cross, Megan Bayne defeat Vivian Vane and Zio Steel 445, 4 out of 10. Death Riders defeat Claudio D'Angelo defeated Ops, Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Kaiser Shibata 10:32. Please give me Shibata Claudio for 15 minutes, beating the shit out of each other, please. 6 out of 10. And the main event of the pre-show, basically the free on the bingo card. Boom and Doom and the conglomeration. God, please stop fucking booking Big Boom AJ. I can get less of a fuck. Defeating Shane Taylor Promotions of Anthony Gogo. I'll be honest, I forgot he wrestled for AEW. Kylie Bravo, Pure Chamberlain Moore, Shane Taylor, Sean Dean, 631, 3 out of 10.
Hold on a minute. Anthony Ogogo was on a pre-show match?
Yep.
Wow. I haven't seen that name in, who knows, since All In.
I think that was legit the last one AEW team before he went to Ring of Honor. So, Sam, I know he's kind of being smart ass, but he's not putting it on either.
Wait a minute. Wait, is Anthony Ogogo? Is that the
That's
governor?
the boxer. Yeah, that's the governor.
That's the governor.
It's the
The
governor.
governor.
When they were trying to pull the, what was it? He had like the stiff punch, like the one punch kill.
The governor. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good, John. Main show, 1 of 7 Ethan picks. AEW World Title, New York City Street Fight I Quit match. Yes, that was a real stipulation, by the way. Adam Cole and Chris Cage, if they lost, they had to retire. So that was basically spoiled that they weren't going to. Defeat FTR 1934, 9 out of 10 for me. Second Ethan pick, Kenosi Takeshi comes a 2-time international champion, defeating Katsushika Okada 1901, 12 out of 10. Best matchup of the night. The first of 3 Owen Hart Cup tournaments from the women's side. Athena defeated Miyu Shirakawa 10 minutes 46 seconds. I give this one 6 out of 10. And Athena will meet the winner of the Sky Blue Saray quarterfinal match. And at the other bracket, it's Persephone and Hazuki against the winner of Alex Winter and Wildcard, because Will Nightingale had to vacate, unfortunately, her TBS fell in her spot in the Owen Hart Cup. So speedy recovery to Will Nightingale. So Continental No Time Limit match. John Moxley Taser Trios Shape Colorado 1844. Ethan pick 9 out of 10. The first of 2 men's quarterfinal matches. Will Ospreay defeats Mojo 1352. Ethan pick 8 out of 10. Ospreay will meet, spoiler, Mark Davis in the semifinals. And the other men's quarterfinal match on the show, Swerve Strickland bit Ring of World Champion Dito 15 minutes 15 seconds. 9 out of 10 as well. Ethan pick. So Swerve will meet, spoiler, sorry Scott, Brody King in the semifinals. Let's be honest, we all know it's gonna be Will and Swerve in the finals of Forbidden Door. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Women's title fatal 4 match. Tekla defeated Kurashita, Jimmy here and Chris Dowd 13:59 at 7 out of 10. Stadium Stampede. This is a 14-man tag team Stadium Stampede. Not joking either. The Elite in the Hurt Syndicate and Chris Jericho. Sorry, just Jericho now. I refuse to call him that. He's Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. Got it. Defeated Don Callis family, Nash Chin, Mark Davis, and Andre El Elo. Did the man's Bishop Khan, Ricochet, Tolia, and the Dogs, Clark College, Dave Philly at 31 minutes and 10 seconds. Ethan pick 8 out of 10.
Before you move on, I saw something interesting about that. Apparently, like the thing in New York that like talks about, like, I think it's wrestling and other sports, is that they didn't allow blood.
Yep. Nor
could they wrestle in the crowd.
Yep, they weren't allowed.
Wild that's still a thing in New York.
Well, that's the same commission that wouldn't even let Nick Wayne wrestle a couple years ago.
It's just that whole commission needs to. Yeah. All right. Anyways, continue.
I agree, Scott. Don't worry.
More things for me to hate about New York. It's fine.
31 minutes. 10. This did not need to go 30 minutes. This could have been shaved 5-10, honestly. And the main event, this was basically another free spot on the bingo card. 801 tall for his hair match. MJF becomes a 3-time champ to beat Darby Allin 24 minutes and 1 second. Another Ethan pick, 8 out of 10. Ta-da.
All right. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I did see the thing about what Scott was saying in regards to that, which makes me think, why did they decide to do a Stadium Stampede if they were going to be in Jersey and they knew that this was going to happen? Whatever. I mean, you're telling me the show was still incredible. That's awesome.
We're rating by like 10 out of 10.
Oh, good. I was going to tell you to pull that up. Yeah. He's brilliant. I'm sorry. He's absolutely brilliant when he does stuff like that. Was that his reasoning, Mark? I saw there was an interview that he had a reason he was doing this.
Oh, the reasoning is as stupid as it's even dumber than it sounds. Do you want to hear the reasoning?
Yes, actually, I do. I'm curious.
All right. So this is the reasoning he did with some interview or something about the reason. I like the idea of what I'm doing now with Jericho. By not using the first name a lot, it created this whole intrigue online. Like, what's he doing? What's the reason? Honestly, it's like a self-titled album. I could create a dozen other nicknames, but how many more do I need? Everyone knows who Jericho is. When you hear that name, then you can remember whatever memories you have on your own. And he made comparisons to Metallica's Black Album and the Beatles' White Album. This is total gibberish to me. What do you guys think?
I agree. I agree with John.
So, all right, cool. Like, I like Mark's reasoning. I think that's just a better. It just sounds more coherent to me.
Yeah.
Scott, pull up the next comment quickly. How far can we go with Stadium Stampede? 10v10 or 20v20? I don't know. At this point, they need to bring back World War III.
Right?
Oh, for God's sakes! What a fucking. Oh God. You know what though? Hey, I just said we had 14, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tony goes like, "Fuck it, 20 on 20."
Might. Yeah. God, we'll have. Well, I mean, the Death Riders just need to get a few more members, and then we can have,
No, Scott to Don Callis family first half the AEW.
There you go. There you go. Daniel,
will-
thank you very much for the comment. Daniel's actually a coworker of mine. We were just recently talking this week, and he's just like, "Wait a minute, we both like wrestling." So we lost like 3 hours during work talking about it. So
Who needs to work? Wrestling. That's what's more important here.
it's very true.
I did see. I mean, the pay-per-view's done at this point. Spoilers if you didn't watch it, but the whole bit with Kevin Knight. I thought
turning on Darby at the end. I did see that. I was like, interesting.
And then he came in with this new look, this new, I don't want to say swerve, and I want to he just had a new, look to him. He had a new feel. Needs a little work on the mic there if he's going the heel route, but I kind of like where we're going here.
Did you
then?
Oh, sorry, Sam.
And then going off of what we were taught, what happens at Dynamite, Speedball comes out and tries to talk him down. We knew to apologize and make this right, and he goes after Speedball. So the crowd actually popped for that.
They actually booed. Did you notice a couple months ago that Swerve told me he needed Killer Instinct?
I remember seeing that clip, and I was like, interesting.
You know what happened? Kevin Knight went heel, and then
He found it.
And before he went Dynamite, he stared at Swerve, and the Swerve not in approval. So nice little Easter egg. Or Kevin keeps calling himself the Jet. I'm like, oh no, he's going down the Rock route. The Jet says. By the way, he's defending his TNT title against Mike Bailey next week. So they had a great match, so I'm pretty excited for it.
I enjoy his wrestling, so I'm looking forward to eventually getting to this.
I bet Scott will see that in like 8 months.
Maybe.
So with that in the books, guys, we do have actually a month from today, Forbidden Door, one of our favorites. And then they just announced Redemption all the way up in Canada at the Bell Center. So Ethan, we're going to expect you to be in Canada land, that part of Canada land.
Mark had popped that in earlier, and I was like, I'm going to wait for it because I know we're going to talk about it. But yeah, finally get some AEW in Montreal.
No, Mark, I said Nova Scotia.
Ooh. Now,
it's okay.
Now, and I said this, I just need to share this quickly. I've been complaining for months, actually years, and I don't think anyone picked up on it, but they're coming back to my neck of the woods. They're doing Beach Break. Clearwater Beach.
Right. That was a big deal. We found out they were coming back to Tampa. It's like, oh my God, it's finally happening.
I'm like, finally? Now I got to see if we can get Andrew and Matt to come with me.
Yeah.
Tony Khan, I'll give you $60 and a big thing of poutine if you come to Nova Scotia. Come on.
I need to make my way back over there. We will have that conversation offline at some point.
So,
Go around
I mean,
the moon,
actually, to break away from wrestling for just a split second, aren't they announcing the astronauts for Artemis 3 pretty soon?
June
Which
9th.
is not supposed to go to the moon, but it's supposed to. What was it? I remember reading what they were actually doing with it, but this trip is supposed to actually be the last thing they do before Artemis 4, which is actually supposed to go back to the moon.
Isn't like a low orbit, something to do with low orbit?
Something, yeah, I believe so. But yeah, no. Once they get back to the moon, we'll find out that there's already a McDonald's and Dollar General that's been there for about 10 years. So
And then putting a Buc-ee's.
Oh, of course, gotta have a Bussies on the moon, of course.
Maybe if we're lucky, maybe the astronauts are going to be. Darby Allin is obviously one. MJF, you have the world champion go up there.
Of course.
Anywho, so lots going on there, guys. We do have later on the show, we're going to be talking about a Noche de los Grandes, which is happening this weekend, as well as Clash in Italy. Clash in Italy, we will be discussing picks, which, by the way, we didn't get to do a pick show. I was out. We had things going on. So our official first show of the year, Double or Nothing, goes to
me. Somehow, I went 11-1. Again, I'm 5-6 months back. Somehow pulled that out of my behind. 11-1 takes the first victory of the year. I have started the new thing for season 6, so we already have that in the book. So yeah, I'll take the early victory, and let's see if I can go 2-0 with Clash in Italy.
Just by one fucking point.
I know, but that's how this works, Ethan. You know this.
I know.
It's always by 1 point.
The only match God got run out was the tag title match. That was legit.
And I talked about that in our chat. Like I even when I was looking over the picks, I was like, "Oh, I'll pick Cage and Cope," and I'm like, "Well, did they really need a tag title, run?" And I didn't think about it. It'd been like 2.5 decades since they won the titles together, so I went with the logical pick to have FTR retain. But whatever. That's all right. I'll take the blemish. So
you changed your pick already. You did your one change month per pick.
Well, I did that before I mentioned it, so it doesn't technically count. But yes, I know.
Oh, let it slide this time.
And Mark's right. He has not been feeding me clues. He's been leaving me to my own device to watch when I can. So
to be fair, I think
even that Mark's been trying. He's like, please keep watching more stuff. But I haven't. I think I've watched like 5 episodes in the last week. So I'm going. I'm really enjoying the stuff that they did back in December. So we'll see. Hopefully that momentum continues going into the new year as we we go into June.
Are you watching the pay-per-views or are you just skipping them?
No, I'm just skipping the pay-per-views. There's no point of me going back to because I'd have to pay for them. So there's no need for me to do that. So I'll just. Most of the stuff I kind of remember, and if not, Dynamite does actually a really good job of talking about all of the results. So I just pay attention to that, and it's like, all right, cool.
All right, Sam. You need to send Scott all the DVDs for 2025 and 2026.
All right. Well, what do we got? We got what 4 shows under our belt. I mean, honestly, I might start buying the DVDs because they are cheaper than the pay-per-views most of the time. It's what $20 for the DVD.
Yeah.
So, all right. We got a couple of things we want to talk about.
Well played, Mark. Well played.
So we got a couple things we want to talk about. Let's first get this one out of the way. Nikki Cross and Big Damo, Killian Dane, have acquired both Progress Wrestling over in the UK as well as Defy Wrestling over in Seattle. Ethan, you wanna lead us on this one?
Okay. Killian Dane, Nikki. No, sure. Yeah, that was a big bombshell dropping out of the blue. Well, how long's Killian Dane been at WWE since COVID, right? About 6 years. He has
he was there when they let go of the rest of Sanity outside of Nikki, obviously.
About 5 or 6, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. What you guys got? No, and also because that's where he mostly wrestles. He didn't really wrestle too much state-wise after he left it. And Progress came to the last WrestleMania week. That was really the only time I really seen him in the States. Otherwise, he's been in the European scene. But good for them, though. Honestly, But then Divine Wrestling, if you haven't watched, it's a really good indie.
Nice.
They're at Washington Hall a lot. That's kind of like the American version of Cork and Hall, if you ever
Okay.
seen. I don't know what the full plan is going to be, but that I was not expecting that news a couple days ago. So
And I saw that Nikki's going back to her old, I think it was her old indie name, Nikki Storm.
yes, yeah, that's her.
So, yeah.
It's also interesting that my understanding is that they're merging the companies too. So you're going to be working these two companies. Yeah, I have that correct, right, Ethan?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, they're gonna try to. If not, they're gonna just try to like basically kind of like what Tony's doing with AEW Ring of Honor, just a lot better.
I'm curious because it's not just the fact that it's two companies across the pond. One's on the complete other side of the pond in Seattle. So it's quite the branch. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work, because what's the time difference?
Oh God,
Seattle
Between-
and the UK.
8
6
hours to us
It's
right
gotta be
now.
8.
So yeah,
Yeah.
8 hours. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
5 hours. I'm sorry. Yeah. So 8 hours. Yeah. Shit.
So I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that. Well, we will see. I know, Ethan has nothing better to do but watch wrestling and hockey. So I know he'll have another clone that can watch both of these at the same time. We're actually going to eardrop one of them in the UK and then another one in Seattle. I figured if they're on site, we might be better off. We'll be able to get live coverage from every promotion.
It's true.
So
come to your via satellite halfway across the world, and then on the other end, like WrestleMania 2. Remember when they did like Chicago and like 3 different
Yeah.
Chicago, Jersey City, and
LA.
LA on a
God.
Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Only WrestleMania that was on a Monday.
That was weird. I had to watch it for like I was watching old Manias, and it was just like, wow, this is trippy the fuck out.
So let's move on. John, I know you're going to want to talk about this one. The Ludwig Kaiser situation we got going on here.
Yeah, so I guess initially we'll start with what we knew, and then something dropped that threw the whole thing off, which we'll get to in a second. But apparently what happened was, I don't know the exact date of when this happened, but
April 22nd.
yeah, Ludwig Kaiser was arrested and charged with simple battery because of an incident that happened at his apartment complex. And the victim, I would say in this case, is named Richard Reep. And he claims that Ludwig Kaiser, real name Marcel Barthel, threw multiple punches and knocked him to the ground. And this apparently happened after an elevator ride in which Reep made a comment about Marcel and an unidentified woman being uncontrollably intimate with each other. So this guy just made some smart-ass remark as he was leaving the elevator. You need to have some manners or something like that. And Kaiser slapped the shit out of him.
Yep.
Now,
There's been other
initially-
reports too.
Well, initially, if that was the report, and there's other rumors and stuff about this, that he made some comment about calling ICE on the woman that Kaiser was with, but now the word is out that apparently this story was planted by WWE to defend Kaiser, and if that's true, that kind of makes this whole thing topsy-turvy now.
Yeah. It's interesting to figure out what actually happened, because there's always 3 sides to the truth. There's Kaiser's side, there's the other, what was his name, Richard, his
Richard
side,
Reed,
and then the actual truth. So who knows what actually happened. But what I did find interesting, this actually just came out today as we're recording this, that Gunther was actually the one that bailed him out of jail.
Yep.
So, like, talk about day one boys for these two,
That's a true ride or die.
right?
Killer.
But apparently, WWE is not like suspending him. They're not doing. He's not getting any punishment for this at all. Like it just kind of like whatever. Obviously, if they planted that story about him calling ice on his girlfriend, it's just like yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I guess it works out. Apparently, after all this, he's even more over in Mexico now. So.
Someone said that he beat up Ric Flair.
Imagine that.
That's true because there's also that too, like the whole Ric Flair thing with what he wasn't allowed at WrestleMania this year because of what he did or what he said.
He was 24
because of that 23-year-old British kid.
Yeah.
Who's
and then someone said it's Gable doing a story. What a storyline, brother! What a work! Let's get a criminal charge for being the shit out Gable. Ric Flair one's better though. I laughed about the Ric Flair one.
At the same time, too, apparently Kaiser has no criminal record at all before this point.
Right.
So the story would make sense if some guy just makes some prude just makes some remark as he's leaving an elevator. Then yeah, he probably did deserve to have the crap slapped out of him.
Yeah, I don't know. If you say something like that, I'm not crazy about PDA. But also, I'm like, if I was in that, even if I had friends, well, maybe friends, I'd, make it a little more weird. Because that's the kind of person I am. I would make it uncomfortable. But I know those people. But if, in this scenario, I was in that guy's shoes, all right, well, I guess I'll be taking the other elevator.
Right.
Someone
busy. We're out of here.
Some of the comments I was reading, one guy's like, I would just fist bump him and then nod and then leave. I'm like, what?
I mean, that's probably the least weird thing to do.
That's probably the most dude thing I think I heard. Attaboy.
It would be awkward, but I would just get off the next floor, just not say anything.
Yep.
That's all I would do.
That'd probably be me, honestly, what John said. I'd probably be like, okay, next floor. Not even my floor off. I'll wrap the stairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn around and say, have some manners. Yeah.
Get a room.
Yeah.
That's not how you treat a lady. So, yeah, it sounds like a big nothing burger outside of getting him over for, which is weird. I didn't know why he'd be over. He's not over in AAA. I mean, you just haven't seen him on TV in a while.
Yep.
By the way, let's tell what this match real quick. So they were supposed to have a stipulation where they weren't supposed to touch each other till like Saturday.
Yeah.
And on last week's episode, they were like, fuck it, we're just gonna chuck hands. And Rey Mysterio's like, you know what? That stipulation is over. The match is still on. I'm like, well, fuck that stipulation. Take the mask off Gable, please.
Gable has been on television for months. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
So wait a minute, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know why Gable or Kaiser are being involved here. This is the El Grande Americanos.
That's right.
Right.
The T-Milk version.
So quickly, Ethan, since this is small, run down this card before we move on to the next couple of stories. Then we can start doing our picks because Clash in Italy is an international show, so it is our next pick show. We're going heavy into May. So
yes, we are.
So I'll run down the Italy card.
No, we
run
will.
down the AAA card.
Oh,
AAA
okay.
card.
Sorry, hang on.
I actually have it pulled up already. If you want me to do it instead, Ethan.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
It took me a hot minute to find it too, because it was hiding. I was like, "Where is it?"
Yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead,
so-
Scott. Thank you.
So there's only 4 matches. Apparently, this is the first of 2 weeks. There's going to be a second week on the 6th of June. But the first one, obviously, is the Battle of the Americanos, Mask versus Mask. You have El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. versus El Hijo del Vikingo. There's too many El Hijos. Just. I understand what they're for, but stop it. That match is for the AAA Latin American Championship. Then you have Pagano and Psycho Clown versus the War Raiders for the AAA World Tag Team Championship. And then Laredo Kid taking on Ray Phoenix for the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship.
Oh, sorry, Scott. There's 5 actually. There's 6-woman tag.
Oh, they just add that? I have to refresh.
It was it's La Cantelli, Low Vice, and Bailey gets La Taxias of Flamer, Lady Marfella, and La Hidira.
Yes, that 5th match was there, but that one's actually for the 6th. I was looking at Wikipedia, and that's what they had said.
Oh, okay. I was looking at K-Trash.
Yeah, so for the ones for Saturday, it's just those first 4 that I had mentioned.
Well, fuck us, I guess.
So like my homework Saturday morning will be going back and watching the last month of AAA so I could fully kind of understand where we're going for the rest of these matches. But I cannot wait for this mask versus mask match. I've seen all the clips that they've been doing. I've kind of followed along with AAA a little bit. I just haven't had the time to watch the show. I know they're only an hour, so it won't take me very long to catch up. But man, where the hell did this come from? Like, this was a joke character to start off with, and then all of a sudden now it's the hottest thing in Mexico. It's insane. I love it so much.
El Grande Americano will be mega champion by night 2 of Triple Mania.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
He's hot as fuck down there. He's like Stone Cold in Mexico.
It's crazy.
I need to go back. I need to probably watch this show because every time I throw on a AAA show,
it's on YouTube, by the way. So
it's always like Black and Gold NXT.
Yeah, like the crowd is hot the entire hour. It's wild. I love it.
Do you guys want a hot take?
We like hot takes around here.
Okay, good. I enjoy AAA more than the main roster.
Wow. I mean, Undertaker's doing a pretty good job with it. You know,
is that crazy to think about though? Just think about that for a second.
Perfect timing too. Thank you, Daniel.
Well, you know what? I'll clap for Daniel. Well played, Daniel. It's crazy how it's Undertaker and Jerry Borash that's down there.
Well, see, Jerry Borash. That's not hard to believe.
No, not that. Sorry, it's more. I meant more for Taker.
Right. I mean, Taker's got a great mind for the business, so it's nice to see him in this type of role where he's actually like people are loving this stuff. Like Sam was saying before we got on the show that AAA is everywhere now. Like, it's even seeping into the games. Like, it was the highlight of season 1 for 2K26. Sam said now it's starting to creep into WWE Champions on the mobile. So
yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow that a little more. Maybe I'll throw that on.
You should. Honestly, you should.
I'm assuming it's still Saturday at 10, correct?
Yeah. I watch it. I watch them on Sundays just because I don't. It's sometimes I'm busy with stuff. Like, I'm too tired. At least I'm more awake. I can actually like pay attention.
Right.
So is there weekly show Saturdays at 10 on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on WWE's YouTube channel.
And then the pay-per-views, the special shows will be also on YouTube. Well, for us, but in Latin America for Fox. Or Fox for Latin American. Sorry.
I tried to forget they do have that contract with Fox to show AAA. That's that's cool.
Before we move on to Italy, so you know what else has come back on Saturday? MLW Fusion.
Nice.
And they're kicking out with it too. The only thing that kind of bugs the shit out of me is they taped stuff like 3 months ago, and some of their titles change hands. I'm not going to say the title changes because
no.
Our respect for anyone who doesn't want to spoil Scott. But if I'll tell Sam and then whoever wants to know, I'll tell them later. But on the air, anyone who doesn't want to know, I'm not going to say just out of respect. But yeah, they're a couple so behind on tapings that a couple titles already changed hands. So outside of MLW, to clarify. So yeah.
All right. So couple small things. Ethan, this is probably you and I conversation for when we have our Rising Sun in a couple weeks when we're talking about Dominion. AEW leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling World amid major ownership, so all the AEW content has been moved over to My AEW over in Japan. I also didn't realize that Bushiroad transferred the promotion to TVSI and Cyber Agent, so that's a conversation we need to have completely separate of this. So if you're in Japan, probably not. I know the 5 people who are in here. Something we'll talk about. I guess we want to talk about Brock Lesnar's return quickly. He's back again. I didn't see it. I'm kind of curious what you guys, your thoughts on that.
I'll let John go first for this one.
Well, I have a theory on this. Well, so Brock Lesnar retired at WrestleMania, but Brock Lesnar is back in here to get his comeuppance on Obafemi.
His identical twin brother.
As soon as Heyman had that slip, he was dying after he walked out of the camera view. Yeah.
Said, oh crap.
Yeah. Yep.
He does this. That's a guy who does not slip up at all. It's rare.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a minute, what?
It's like, hold on, what?
But apparently, as of Raw, like Lesnar is retired, but he didn't like what happened. He had his second thoughts after he got his ass handed to him at Mania. So, is this a one and done again? I don't know. A lot of people think that it's going to drag on until SummerSlam because SummerSlam is in Minnesota. So it's kind of fitting. If they're going to retire Brock, that would actually be the place to do it.
Well,
So.
what I don't like about it is that whether people knew about it or whether he kept it to himself, he did the whole retirement thing, and none of the commentators would say retirement either. Nobody mentioned it, but by the time he does actually really retire, will it be like a boy who cried wolf thing? Like, well, nobody's going to believe him.
I mean, people are already saying that now.
Yep.
They kind of said it on Raw after Mania. They when they did a package for Brock because they played that Godsmack song, which that was fantastic. They mentioned it like what, and then that I was how Brock came back there. Almost gonna do his weekly open challenge. By the way, I just love how he took Will Garza. He's like, all right, you two are fighting me right now in the ring. I'm like, from last week. And then I was like, man, they're really loud, bro. Because I didn't see Brock at first. I turned away for 2, and I looked back. I was like, oh, fuck, it's Brock. And it took him to F5. But I like the way how on this past Monday where he talked about, like, it did sit well with them. And by when we get to Clash Elite, I'm going to go first for my picks because
Fair enough.
Pretty excited for it. So,
well, we all know how these things work. The fuse will be dragged out until the morale improves. So, didn't it with the good one-liners tonight. Appreciate it.
Daniel.
Mark also with a very interesting comment as well. I know he's probably saying it halfway in jest, but you never know.
That's a segue into the last thing I had. I don't know if you guys had seen the story about how McMahon and WWE leaders were sanctioned for deleting signal messages.
Yep.
I'm reading this off of BloombergLaw.com. Vince and WWE senior leaders acted recklessly and allowed signal messages pertaining to wrestling Empire's merger with UFC to be deleted, a Delaware judge ruled Monday. This included, I think, Ari Emanuel, Nick Khan, Vice Chancellor J. Travis Laister. No, that's who said that. I think Triple H is named in here. And I think some of it is presumed. My understanding in the takeaway was here that everything that they said did not happen. They now have to prove did not happen. They go in, I guess, into this case where it's like, oh, Vince didn't have control. Well, you deleted these messages, so now we got to assume that this is the deal, and now you got to prove otherwise. So Mark has some truth to this statement.
He's doing a great job trying to be the 5th host here. Getting those inside scoops.
And then there's a screenshot on this. This is hysterical. I don't know if this is true or not. Probably is, where Nick Khan messages him and goes, Vincent goes, Langus. And Vince McMahon goes, what in the blue hell is Langus, LOL? And Nick Khan goes, read it backwards. Signal backwards. So, we will see how that turns out, because that's not looking good for most parties involved.
Nope.
Nope.
So it is 7:50, folks. We're gonna do our picks, but you know what is more important than picks, guys? A card pack opening.
It's not sunny for Scott, so he can actually.
I know. I can actually see. Hooray!
You know who can't see though? Bill Goldberg.
Well, if we get a chance for a third one, maybe we'll pull a Bill Goldberg pack. But for this one, I figured since we're in Italy, we're going to be in Europe, I figured it'd be time to do one of the European-only Slam Attack cards. I opened these up when I did my solo video, which I actually am planning on doing again, probably since I have some time off in June. So stay tuned. We'll be doing some June ones. So these are a little different than normal. It's not like the traditional cards. These are kind of like actual like tabletop game cards. So this first one is AJ Styles, but look how it has different ratings and such. So I found that very interesting. So I have to do a little bit more digging into it, but I thought that was kind of cool. Ooh, this is a nice one. Obviously someone who doesn't wrestle for WWE anymore. But it's a very interesting looking card. We got Riddle. Let's see. But now we got an AEW superstar who is obviously not wrestling at the moment, but this is back when she was in NXT with Toni Storm. Let's see. We got a different style for Riddle. It's a bro booster. Let's see. This one's also cool because they also talk about different finishers and different tag teams. So this one is Bailey to Belly. Nice card for Natalia. Joaquin Wilde, who recently just came back from injury. Someone who is back in the Indies, Tegan Knox. Back when he had two names, Humberto Carrillo. Our new general manager of AAA, Rey Mysterio. Let's see.
Good choice.
Another one that just came back from injury. I was very happy to see him come back to NXT. Noam Dar. And our last card for this pack. This one was a big one. 1/2 of the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins. All right, boys. Pick show number 2. Clash in Italy.
Woo! All right.
All right.
At 2 p.m. Eastern start time, by the way.
What was that?
2 p.m. Eastern time. So
that's right, because it's over in Europe. We get the early start time, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Early
3 for
Raw.
Yeah, that's right. And then Raw on Monday is also at 2:00. So I'm like, oh great, I get to avoid spoilers at the end of work. Hooray!
I'll probably check this out not only because of the 2:00 time, but I thought the one Monday Night Raw that they had in Milan, like in the 2000s, I remember pretty well. So I'll be pretty fascinated by this.
When he won the IC title.
Yep.
Funny enough that you mentioned that. I actually saw something right before we started this. Apparently, there might be some plans for Santino to show up on Sunday, which I think would be kind of awesome.
That would be a monster pop. And this is at the... Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, the Analpi Arena in Turin, Italy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably check it out.
And SmackDown, it would be early for me because on Netflix. Unless you have a VPN, John.
Sorry, do the
Stephanie McMahon route always.
All right. Guys, we've got 5 matches. The champion wants to go first because he's confidently going to lose this one. So we will kick this off with Ethan.
All right, Gunther's win the WWE title. We're gonna start off hot there.
Wow.
Ripley retains the women's title. Roman retains the worldwide title. Unfortunately, I really want Fatu to win title, but we gotta be real. So Roka wins the women's Intercontinental title, and Brock wins the second match. They set up a third sometime in the next few months, and then that's when Brock officially retires.
Funny enough, from what I remember seeing, the first hour of this also is on ESPN. And the only match that's televised for that is Cody versus Gunther.
No, and the women's title.
Oh, they did add the women's title? Okay. Because when I saw a graphic when I was watching for Raw, they only showed Cody and Gunther. But okay. They're showing both the heavyweight title matches. Okay. All right. All right. Because I was going to say, are we really going to go almost an hour with Cody and Gunther for free? But okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Cody and Gunther, Rhea Jay are the first are on ESPN TV. So
okay. Who wants to go second?
I will go second here. So I'm going to say, man, I honestly forgot half of what Ethan said. So
That's good. Shooting from the hip.
But the first one I remember because we are in Europe, so Gunther's going to win the title. I think that'd be quite the pop. Let's give Jade the belt. We'll say Jade's going to win the women's title. I caught the Roman part. I think Roman's one of those you can't just like drop the belt anywhere with. You got to give some purpose at this point. Becky Lynch is going to retain. And then I think we're going to give this one to Brock.
you agree with me? 3 of the 5.
That's good.
Yeah.
We have some discrepancies. WWE shows are always tough because there's always like 4 to 6 matches. So it's like
you almost have to agree on most of them, right? So
pretty much, yeah.
at least with the double or nothing, at least we had some.
Well, when there was 25 matches, I mean, Jesus.
That's what I wish we would do like 6. I get SummerSlam, like it's okay, but like this, you probably could have used one match on one more. Remember Evolution had like 7.
Yeah. Give the ladies their time. They deserve it.
Oh God, they did.
All right, John, do you want to go? Or do you want me to go?
Someone's alarm's going off.
Somebody car alarm was something. All right, I guess I'll go on that.
Go ahead, John.
On that cute. All right, the Bruce Pritchard method. Only 5 matches. Anything more than that, you're a madman. So let's see. Yeah, sound off. Let's see. Give your predictions in the comments. I'm gonna say Gunther. I feel like that would be a big pop there. Over in somewhere in Europe. I'm gonna say Jade as well to win the women's title. Roman, he's probably not he's not dropping it to Jacob here. Sol Ruka, I think she's still too new right now, so I think Becky will hold on to it. And I think this one is going to go the other way. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar for the win.
I guess I'm going to be the odd man out here for a few of these. I do think Gunther is going to win.
Okay, good.
I'm going to pick. I think all of you have gone for Jade, and it does make sense. So I will go with Jade for this one.
Fuck, I'm by myself.
But I'm picking Jacob Fatu to beat Roman Reigns.
Ooh,
I feel like there's money with Jacob being head of the table. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I want to see this happen and see what madness. Because if we all remember, Roman's dates in June are gone. So there's a reason for him to lose and be gone for a while. This one probably will cost me as well, but I'm going to pick Sol Ruka to win the IC title. And I will pick Brock to win, even them up 1-1, and then we'll move on probably to SummerSlam for probably the end all be all. So we had a comment or a question actually, way back, like 15 minutes into the show. And I was told him, I said, when we talk about Clash, we'll bring this up. So the question was from Lynette. Do we see Naomi come back at Clash? There's a high probability that probably not, because I believe I don't remember if she's actually, if she's had the child yet or not.
Not yet, no.
Okay. So then more than likely, probably not. But I think that would be interesting. I think if she were to come back, I think she'd help Jade just to screw over Rhea. But that's just my thought.
There's another one that came in from Azzy here. If you want to throw that one back up.
Let's see.
It's recent.
The one about
Cass and Enzo.
Yeah. That's another hot topic that's been kind of floating around recently. So I would not be upset at all if we had a reunion of Big Cass and Enzo. I believe that Big Cass's AEW contract is running out soon. I don't remember when. I don't know if they actually ever said when. But there's interest. And I believe, honestly, I think Enzo obviously was just too immature at the time. And then the false allegation that happened, obviously that cost him his job. But I feel like with Enzo and Cass, they had everything to be tag team champions, and just Vince at the time just didn't pull the trigger on it. I believe that if they come back and if they both perform at a high level, I would definitely see at least one tag team reign with the two of them. I think that pop would be huge. Everybody will remember who these guys are. I mean, they were one of the biggest things that ever came out of NXT.
So I'm looking online. It says his contract expires late May or early June.
Okay.
So I wouldn't see it here. I could see SummerSlam.
That's true.
But I will say this. The very first wrestling show I went to, because I didn't go till I was a little older, it was the Raw 10 years ago, actually. Raw 2016 in Providence, where they announced the GMs for the draft when they were going to do this brand split again. And if I'm not mistaken, the opening segment after those guys came out, after they announced Bryan Danielson and Mick Foley, was John Cena, Enzo and Cass, the New Day. Not the New Day. It was AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. If I have that right, John. Does that sound right?
I don't remember, but that could be what it was. Yeah.
I just remember showing up and, like, again, I'm coming from wrestling from 2006, and AJ Styles' tagline is, "We're gonna beat up John Cena," and I was like, all right. And then the New Day come out, and I was like, what is going on? But yeah, I remember I swear every time they came out when we were watching during that time, pop every single time. And I still know, I not just me, I know everyone here knows his opening lines.
Yep. It's one of those videos where you can't skip it.
Uh-huh.
At least for me. Every time I see it pop up on my timeline, I'm like, yep, well, I'm going to spend 3 minutes watching this because, yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think they deserve another chance, because the last time we saw Cass, he was beating up a little person when he was not supposed to be doing so. And Enzo, he was disguised in the crowd, and then he made a big thing about it, and then they threw him out of the building.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was what G1 Supercard, was that G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden, where they were rumored to join Ring of Honor at that point?
Yeah, and then they having a fucking fist fight with Gross and Destiny.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm not joking. That was legit a shoot thing. Because so anybody who might forgot, so they were doing like a 4-way tag for the Ring of Honor and IWGP tag titles. And Enzo and Cash were like, fuck it, we're just gonna get interviewed in the match. So they start fist fighting with I think it was the Briscoes and Grills at Destiny. And why would the fuck would you try to fist fight God and the Briscoes?
Right? Yeah.
Bully Ray was the guy. Was like, guys, calm down. Like, how is Bully Ray the one to be the
Voice of reason? Yikes. This was a good question, Azzy. Thank you.
All right, guys. Do we have any other questions from the chat?
Oh.
Adam, I think you're in here. Yeah, sound off with some questions.
Mark, calling himself the Pete Best of 8.
I mean, essentially, yeah. Or if I'm not mistaken, because Pete Best was the original drummer, I would even say George Martin, because George Martin was also considered like the fifth Beatle. He was the producer, if I'm not mistaken. If we want to talk music, I don't know. If you guys don't already know, John and I talk music all the time on the Review Realm. We review new albums all the time. Check that out. Also, don't check out Ethan's hockey podcast, Walk with Ethan Hockey Podcast. Those drop sporadically. Right now, we're getting towards the tail end of both the Calder Cup and the Stanley Cup. So Ethan definitely has some feedback and information on that. All right.
So let's see. We have a couple questions that popped in. This would be an interesting thing. Do we think SmackDown should be absorbed into Raw because SmackDown episodes have been lackluster?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's talked to me about this. Yep.
The 3-hour thing apparently is over as of this upcoming Friday, because from what I saw, I guess the Braun Strowman show starts June 2nd at 10 p.m. So I guess they're going back to 2 hours. From what we were talking about this in the weeks we weren't doing podcasts, but apparently now SmackDown's going to split between 2 and 3 hours 6 months out of the year. 6 months it'll be 2, 6 months it'll be 3. Is that still correct? Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. So I mean, okay, that's fine. Yeah, they've been a little meh. I can get through them, but it's like, all right. A lot of it's kind of, yeah, not the best.
I hate the 3 hours. Please stay in 2.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah,
I feel like 2's a good, like even Raws. I think they're an hour and 45
two and a
minutes
half at
when
the
it's
most.
not without the commercials and such. But like they're doing a good job.
3 is overkill at this point.
Even the pay-per-views or premium live events are not 3 hours anymore.
Yeah.
Especially the NXT ones.
And that's okay. Oh fuck, the NXT ones are like what? It's got like 2 hours.
Much. They're quick.
Well, yeah. Premium live events are different because it's like that feels like not always, but they feel more like an event. Whereas like weekly television, it's like, all right, I have, I've worked all day and I only have so many hours and stuff like that. Just get to the point.
Yeah, never mind the fact that most people, not me, because I am a remote worker, but most people have to commute to and from work. So you take a couple hours out there. I think premium live events or pay-per-views need to be no more than 4 hours. Yeah, if you want to have the pre-show in there and then you go 6, it's stupid that a pre-show lasts that long.
I talk about like length of pay-per-views and such. I believe Double or Nothing went so long that the transit system in New York stopped running.
Yes,
and everybody was locked in until somebody broke the wall down, and they were able to escape.
My understanding, it was not as bad as 35, though.
I mean, that's true.
No,
because I was reading up on this, and people can correct me if I'm wrong. I think they were stuck for like an hour or so. So something happened. They were able to. It wasn't even at the. When the hell was Double or Nothing? It was
this year.
Yeah, I know it was in New York or
this year, the Louis Armstrong Stadium or something like that.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong. Joe.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong in Queens. And that is no capacity of 14,000 people. So it wasn't as crazy, whereas they had the MetLife Stadium people. And I knew people who went there and they were like stuck till 5 a.m.
Gross.
MetLife Stadium is a nightmare to get out of. Like I can attest to that. Not at WrestleMania, but at a concert that I went to. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Lord knows we would never have that problem with the Giants or a Jets game, but for everything else.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I always thought getting out of
Yeah, I know people who went to midlife and they said it's a bitch to fucking get it. They said sometimes they have to leave early just try to beat the.
It's nowhere
shit
near
show.
anything. It's like
Nope.
off of 95, like a couple miles south of the city. And the only thing that surrounds it is a parking lot.
And there's a mall there, which a lot of people flock to try to get there's some transportation over there.
See, now at least this is the supremacy of being from New England. At least Gillette Stadium has the commuter rail have a separate line that goes right to the stadium.
That is true. And because when I used to go to Pat's games, they would block off the other lanes of traffic and make everything go one way.
Yep.
When the games were over. So that was great. You'd have 2 lanes would turn into 4, or sometimes 5 or 6 if they use the breakdown lanes. Like it was, they were efficient. It was good. Like even when I went to WrestleMania in Dallas, I waited maybe 30, 45 minutes, but after that, smooth sailing out of there.
So it's interesting you bring this up because I was just talking to John, was it you last night? I think it was you. Because there's the rumors they might be doing Nashville.
Yeah.
I was just in Nashville. I've never been. So you got the main strip, the important part, the road that everyone goes to Broadway. I don't know how long this road is because half of it's all the old, the bars that people go to, and then the rest of it's part of the city and it goes out. So one side, at the end of the road where all the bars are, is Bridgestone Arena, hockey arena. Right there, that's where everything is going to happen. You got all the bars in between. And then at the end, on the other side of the river, is the stadium.
Okay.
If you, I don't know, Scott, have you been to Nashville?
I have not, no.
All right. If you, after being there and seeing how a Mania in Nashville would happen, so efficient. So efficient.
That's good. I like that.
Not as efficient as Philly, even though you have to go to Philly. But the fact that they had their 3 stadiums, the fact that the convention center was like, I don't even remember how far that was away.
Yeah, it was like maybe a couple of miles. Like everything was so close. It was so nice. That
But they have
parking
the
lot
sport
was, like you said, all three stadiums was beautiful. That's I wish that was everywhere. That was so nice.
Yeah, because that was my concern. I think we were talking. I'm like, man, we gotta go where then where? And then it was like, oh no, it's all right there. Like,
yep.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Whereas we've been to Vegas and it was like, oh yeah, last year, what did NXT happen first? And then they did night 1?
Yes.
They gave it no breathing room, and that's not a walk.
No. Yeah.
So. All right. What else do we got here?
Let's see.
Dan.
So my buddy Daniel was saying building a WWE stable. This one could be a topic for a show in itself because you got to see like how big's the stable? 3 people, 4 people, 5 people? Are we talking NWO size? Are we talking like Don Callis family size? Like we need some more parameters. So Daniel, there's your homework assignment, sir. Next time we do this next month, give us some guidelines, and we'll have a discussion about this. I think that would be fun.
You have to have it down by tomorrow, or Scott's gonna curse you.
I mean, want to talk about curses for a second here? What a segue into that. First off,
you're welcome.
I hate giving props to New York teams, but I'm proud of the Knicks for making themselves go back to the NBA Finals the first time since '99. So I do wish them good luck.
I don't.
Although
Nope.
Sam feels that way. It's how I feel about the Canadians. Like I hope that they get absolutely annihilated
Bro!
by the Hurricanes, because the Hurricanes
okay.
used to be my lovely Hartford Whalers, and then when the ownership was a bunch of jerks and decided to leave, take them with me. I really can't root for the Canes, but I will root for any team that faces Montreal. So
Okay, hold on. I know this is a wrestling. I gotta go in hockey for a minute. Montreal, what the fuck were you doing last
losing.
night?
That's what they're doing.
God,
Outshot
I know.
95-45 in the series. Like, are they even playing? What's going on?
I thought game 1 was great. Games 2, 3, and 4. Well, 2 and 3 wasn't too bad. It was by 1 overtime. That's okay. But 4-0. Even the own fans are going like, shoot the puck. It was 45 to 13.
What are they? And Carolina scored 3 times in a minute. So I was like, well, this is over.
In the first period. And now they played tomorrow. It's do or die tomorrow.
They looked at Boston and goes, that's how we should play.
Right. Absolute trash. That's right.
It's funny. I saw a bunch of people being like, I hope the Boston people don't blame the rest for this. I go, let me clarify something with you. Boston fans are the first ones that are ready to put their team on a pike.
Oh, absolutely.
When they lose.
Yep.
We're not going to sit there and blame the refs like every other fucking team out there. Nope. We will start putting them out in the streets. just like the Celtics. I know Scott. I was just dumbfounded.
All right. Mark coming in.
We all got heat about different episodes.
Asking how many Dynamites or how many episodes of AEW am I going to watch? I am actually watching both Dynamite and Collision, so I am watching everything that I possibly can
right now as we're recording.
Oh God. It's what, Thursday? I may not get any to any this weekend, only because I have stuff to do outside of the WWE stuff. But next week, I'll say 4. I'll get through 2 weeks. I'll get into January. So 4 episodes. That's what I'm saying. All right. Daniel's already come back. Tag team, mid-card, world champ.
So my only question here with this, are we just mixing and matching men and women? Are we not going the traditional men? You got the one woman in there. Could it be an all-woman stable, or can it be a mix and match? I'm kind of curious. We're in a different time now.
That is
because if this was 20, 30 years ago, or even look at
even the
John Moxley. John Moxley stable.
Well, actually, that was 30 years ago. No.
John Moxley stable.
Oh, the Death Riders.
Death Riders, even kind of similar.
Yeah.
I'll keep that because so if we were to do world champ mid-card tag team.
So you said could be. So yeah, you could mix it up. So that's 5. Oh, that's 4. So we're going with four people in this faction. So this will be for our June show.
All right. Scott, I'm going to show you a question for Mark. Hang on.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I missed that one. I mean, I have to pick something to stay constant with. So I've watched the WWE product since the 90s. So I kind of have to stay with it. I also watch TNA as well because it's technically WWE Plus at this point. So, I mean, I watch those shows. And then when I have the time, normally when I'm making dinner, I'll throw on AEW. I'll eat my dinner and I'll watch the show. And then, if I feel compelled to, I'll watch another one. It's normally how it works. But, yeah.
Well, better question for you, Mark. You like to give us a lot of feedback. When are you going to make your way to the show?
Not just me asking now. Bleacher Report's asking too.
asking the tough questions here. All right. Man, that was the first cough I've had this whole show. And I've been dying all week. So, I think it's time. Scott, let's do the third and final card pack, and then we can wrap up this show.
This one will be a quick one. WCW NWO 97-98 pack. I still got a whole bunch of these, which is great. I love it. I've also sat on these for like 5 years, if not more at this point. So let's see.
Uh-oh.
God damn it, Mark.
Oh man, that killed me.
Oh,
Mark.
John, do you see this comment before you
Mark prefers to be the
Yeah.
silent partner, which is fine. That's fine.
I'll bring it back up the poop one.
Just used to the flavor, I guess. Leave me alone. All right.
Okay, let's do this.
Back to the card. So our first one for these packs have always been a sticker. So I believe this is like the 4th time now I've gotten this. Wolfpack, NWO, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Scott's gonna sell on eBay for.
I mean,
$20.
I've not gonna lie. I've looked up some of the prices for these things. Like if they're graded, we're talking some pretty decent cash. So I'm not too. Oh. Well, this one could be an interesting conversation piece for another day. It's Sam's long lost cousin, Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
That's right, Chris Benoit. Let's see. Speaking of Tongan Death Grip.
Ah, shit. It's the man called me.
He was so good in WCW. So good.
That's one dude I would not legit try to piss
Right?
off.
Seriously. Well,
I think I'll be the one who say on his.
we talked about him earlier when he had 2 names. The Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
He had 3 in WCW.
Right. And then our last one for the night. It's a very funny card. It's Hugh Morris.
Or it's Edge Common 2001. Hugh G. Oh fuck, what was it? Hugh Janus or something?
Probably. They had all the ridiculous comments stuff back then. But yeah.
To be fair, in WCW, he was called Hugh G. Reaction. So.
All right. Well, guys, this has been great. I'm enjoying doing these, and we got another one coming up next month. We will announce that in the coming weeks when that will happen. Before you get off, why did I say that? Before
I was like, are we gonna hold this or is somebody gonna crack? Yep.
Before we sign off, John, tell us where they can find you at.
Me? Well, you can find me over at John the Statman over on X, causing all sorts of chaos there. You can also find Sam and I as part of the Review Realm, doing weekly album reviews. Please go find us. Search for Review Realm album review. It'll come right up on various platforms. That's where you'll find me.
Ethan, where can everyone find you at?
Here. Not sure. Twitter's as Ethan Black 15 and Ethan Black ATR. That's my backup one. Of course, the ATR Twitter page for the Japan stuff, which I
You
post
did,
20
sir.
articles. Sorry.
I saw that. Best of
So
Super
if you
Juniors has begun over in Japan.
Yes. So if you need to catch up, there you go. There, Sam. I'll save you about 5 minutes. The hockey podcast on the Bellum channel. This week's episode will be, well, they were supposed to be today, but I got busy. So either tomorrow or Saturday. Talk about the games for this past week. Vegas sweep in Colorado. Okay, Carolina make it a dead end Friday. We'll find out. And then AHL got their conference final started. Talk about some junior hockey and some other stuff. And then, of course, on here for ATR.
And Scott, where can they find you at?
You find me pretty much everywhere as Scotty J Stream. So for June, like I had mentioned, I will be doing another solo card opening show, and I will be featuring the new WWE Topps Chrome from 2026. So the newest ones that have just come out. So that'll be coming in June to be announced for the day. But yeah, That's my next thing.
And guys, you can find me as the SOB Official. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I handle the TikTok. We're actually, as of this stream ending, I think I just got another one. We're at 817.
Nice.
So guys, let us get to 1,000 by the end of the summer. I think that would be great. If you know somebody, please share the TikTok page. We're on everything. We've done this before. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And as always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.